Hi everybody, it's Angel Shaver, Stampin Up Independent Demonstrator, and we are doing the second design from my monthly class today. And I am about to get started, but I was just making sure that my camera is set up to where we will all be able to see what's going on. Alright, today we are making a graduation card. And I'm sure you know someone who's graduating or knows someone who is graduating this year. And I'm not sure how every other school is doing it, but I do have a 2020 high school graduate in my home. And what's happening with that school is they are having an online graduation. I don't have all the specifics, but the good news is we will get to invite family that lived far away and wouldn't have been able to be at the in-person graduation. And they will be sending some special graduation things for her. They've been asking the graduates to send them photos and information. And it looks like it's going to be as good of a time as they can do it with the current situation. So I will be creating a graduation card, both simple and stepped up. And as I was preparing it, I noticed I'm using a few items that are on the last chance. So if you love what we're doing today and you want to be sure you get a hold of it, go on over and check out the last chance product list at angelstamps.net. Okay, we are going to start with the simple version of this card. And what I'm going to do is we are going to create some squares at the bottom of the card front using just the A stamp block and gorgeous grape ink. You could change this to whatever school you're dealing with or your graduate is graduating from. I am using gorgeous grape. And just stamping directly on the stamp pad. And then on the card front. Now you could do your measurements, make sure everything is completely lined up, but that is not a thing I do. I am going to grab my blender pen and just blend these spaces that didn't quite get in color so that these are definitely colorful purple squares. If you have an aqua painter, you could grab some ink off your ink pad and watercolor in some extra color. I really kind of like this look, so this is what I'll be doing. But then I will be using the Memento ink with the graduation cap and tassel to stamp in each of the squares. And you can totally personalize this in whatever school color your school has. All right. And then, just covering that up for a minute, my very favorite font, I always use Flourishing Phrases, but that one is on the Last Chance product list, and I also am in love with this Congratulations that came from the Peaceful Moments stamp set. And so I am just going to, I should check it. Oh, there's all kinds of ink around the edges. Good thing I looked. I want to try my very best to get the ink off the edges of my rubber stamp so that it's only the words that are showing up. Now, had I used the Stamparatus, we wouldn't have this issue, but I did not. So, congratulations. And then, I'm going to close up my gorgeous grape ink pad. Get out my... Actually, you know what? I think I want a gorgeous grape square on the inside of my card as well. Over there in the corner, I am noticing that you are seeing where my ink pad was, but not so much what I'm doing on the card. I hope that helps. And grab my blender pen and blend that in a little more. And my cap. And there we have it. Put the ink lid back on my black ink. But we have a congratulations simple graduation card created specifically with someone's school colors or favorite color in mind. And there's the inside. Lots of space to write. Now we are going to do the stepped up version of this card. I had to find all my pieces. We are going to do some pretty interesting things with this card. The first being that we are going to stamp the congratulations and do some heat embossing to give it a special shimmer and shine. Now, we are not using specifically. You can use any color of foil paper, any color of embossing powder, or any glimmer paper. Now, I wanted to maybe use some gold glimmer paper here in a minute, but I don't have any of that. What I have is the gold foil. And those are going to be our 3 squares. And I'm putting them there only so I can see where I want to stamp. Congratulations with my first mark. Now, I'm going to use a little bit of the embossing buddy on the area where I will be stamping. Okay. Very light-handed with your embossing buddy when you're using dark cardstock. And the embossing buddy is on the last chance products list. Then I'm going to take my congratulations and I'm going to stamp it in Versamark. And I am going to bring my little bucket to collect my embossing powder and my gold embossing powder. And I'm just going to pour it over the top. Give it some wax. Grab my little paintbrush. Make sure there's nothing on here that I don't want to emboss. Set all of this aside for a moment. And I'm going to grab my heat gun. Oh, I better get my lid back on my Versamark and get that out of the way. Alright, and then the heat gun. We will be embossing. And there we have the embossed congratulations. Now, I will be, if you have black embossing powder at home, or you would like to emboss the capping tassel directly in gold on black squares, then you could also do that. But what we are going to do is we are just going to stamp our cap and tassel on the white squares. And then I have the gold foil that we will be gluing our stamped white squares to. Oh, that one, the tassel did not get on square, so we just turn it over. Every piece of paper has two sides, and that's exactly why they're not glued on my gold squares yet. Now these caps come from the I Say Hello stamp set. So there are things to make boxes and add decorations, to make presents and candles. There's a happy birthday, I'm sorry, good luck, and these are on last chance products. While we are stamping, I'm going to move that and stamp the inside of the card. Getting some black ink all over my card. Let's just cut another piece for the inside of the card. This is cut at 4 by 5.25. And I use the regular block for when I'm doing a layer for the front or inside of a card. And the thick Whisper White is what I used when I was doing the card, the simple version of the card. That was with the thick Whisper White, and my layers are regular Whisper White. Alright, we are going to put You Did It. These are from the Witticism stamp set, which is also a last chance product. And we're going to stamp Wow, That Went By Fast, also in there as well. Now we start putting the card together. I'm going to glue the inside to the inside of the card that we just did. Yeah, my glue. Sometimes it works beautifully. Sometimes I have to have a backup. Alright. And then we'll start putting the squares together. Alright. And for the last step, we are going to grab some dimensionals and put those on the back of our squares to fix them onto our card. Take all of the backs off of these. Let's start with the middle. Make sure these are all going to fit. And then I'll get the backings off of those as well. All right, and there we have the front of our stepped up graduation card. And there's the inside. There's our simple version and an up version. And please come back tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock Central, and we will be doing our fancy fold or technique card that's part of our monthly stepped up class. And I will see you tomorrow afternoon at 4 for our regular weekly Stampin' Up with Angel Stamps. Bye, everybody.